Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Matters Go. Today I want to talk about excuses people make for not having a romantic partner. Because as far as I can tell, it is all excuses. Why don't I have a romantic partner? Why is the closest thing to a lover I have is my hand? The reason being is that because I'm a messy, slovenly asshole who's highly opinionated and very annoying to be around. Boom, done it. No excuses. I've heard so many excuses over my years, people making, and from both sides, not just men or women, it's both. They always have these excuses and all this bullshit, and they bore you with all these ways of reasoning out the excuse, and at the end of the day you just got to admit that it didn't work for you and said person, so it's split. That's just what it is. You didn't mesh together. You were thinking with your dick or your vagina. You were just trying to get some action and you thought it was going to last, and it didn't. You didn't have enough to relate on. That's number one. Or one of you is a dick. One went off and cheated, or you went off and cheated. It's that simple. They're all the complications in relationships, all there. Look at that. It didn't take me hours or anything. It was fucking simple. But these people keep boring you with their fucking excuses and their reasonings. You know, I used to think like this. Women weren't going for me because they like dicks. You hear this one a lot from both sides, you know. Women will say it in a more subtle way, you know. Men only like the bells and whistles, whereas I've got the tower, or I don't know what fucking metaphor these retards are going to use. Fact of the matter is, you're making excuses and you can't admit it. People call me a dickhead for the shit I say. At least I'm 100% honest. I told you right at the beginning of this video, no goddamn excuses, no 4-hour explanation. Boom, that's why it's not happening. Deal with it, move on. But people go on and on and on and on and on about this shit, just like women or men, all they want is a bitch or a dick, and just someone who treats them like crap. Okay, there are a few cases around the world where women actually want that. There are a lot of people with varying mental illnesses or just varying likes in a partner, and some of those would be into that whole, bash me, throw me down the stairs, treat me like a piece of garbage thing. It does happen. The fact of the matter is, it probably didn't happen to you and you're just making excuses. Stop your fucking whinging, alright? You don't have something, it's gone, deal with it, alright? I've had girlfriends, they've come and gone. Well, they didn't come because fuck that, I get mine, they can get their own with the fucking Xbox controller later. I'm a fucking dick. No women, there you go, it's just busted. I'm a fucking asshole and I ain't fucking swimming in pussy, shit. Anyway, moving on. Another fucking excuse is that, all men are just destined to cheat, or all women are just destined, they're just like that. Or all women are just whores who just want to suck on every fucking dick there is. And every guy just wants to fuck every woman on the planet. Stop using this excuse, and especially in arguments when you're talking about who is the more rational sex. People saying that, oh, well, men just think with their penises. And others saying, oh, women just think about money. These are just stereotypes. When people start trying to explain these things and put it into their situations, it's called going crazy. That's the beginning. When you start to rationalize something that's just totally unreasonable, it's kind of like what happened with Hitler. He's like, I don't like that Jew. He's similar. They're all the same. Not that quick, but you know what I'm saying. What I'm getting at is, you make all these excuses, and you have your little things on your fucking Facebook that you like, ladies. You love this thing, a real man doesn't cheat, or doesn't call anyone else his baby, and a real man does this. Well, the reason why men aren't going for you is because you have so much baby talk and stupid rules. Just get it simple. Most likely, in most of these cases, the reason why these women are lonely and bitching is because they're too controlling. Understandable. Every person on the planet understands when you get into a, relationship where two consenting parties, come together and somewhat, in a way, emotionally and physically meld together, if you will, to use a really cheesy fucking metaphor. Anyway, when they come together, hopefully. Anyway, I'm getting distracted too quick because I'm immature and because I don't get laid. But I'm not making excuses. I fucking deal with it, alright? Fucking deal with it. And people, okay, I've forgotten what the fuck I was going to talk about before I went crazy. Boom, on to the next thing. Now, other people talk about how, they need I need it. What am I going to do without a relationship? What am I going to do without a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Calm the fuck down quickly right now before I slap this shit out of you and put you in a fucking coma. You don't need it. Full stop. You don't need to have a partner. It's not like something that you need to sustain life. It's not like that if you don't have that, you're just gonna curl up in a ball and fucking die unless you choose to. See, the thing is, if you're not in a relationship, one, very, very important rule number one, fucking deal with it. Don't make excuses. Secondly, you don't have to have it. It will happen if it's destined for you. If it's not happening, deal with it, move on. You still got friends and family to relate with, people to hang out with, people to stop the loneliness and all this. But no, that's not good enough. I need to put my dick inside something. But you're not gonna go to a brothel? See? People are getting shit twisted with the relationship shit. You're pissing me off. Not just because I'm on the outside looking in. Okay, call me jealous. Call me a fucking dweeb with glasses and cross eyes. I don't give a shit. Fact of the matter is, I'm the guy on the outside looking in, looking at you guys going, you're fucking crazy. Calm the fuck down. And look how fucked up I am. I mean, gee, you're getting called a fucking nut by a guy who's a fucking nut. Try and work that shit out. That's fucking confusing if you ask me. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, you know, and this is most important, the worst excuse that people make for why they're not in a relationship is because they don't conform. Okay, I've heard this a couple of times. If I wasn't such an original, I'd be able to get something. I'm too different for everyone. Look, you want to know something that's going to fucking spaz you out? You know, sometimes you see these stories on the news. Really ugly actor hooks up with a really hot model. You know what happens? There's people around the world who are all completely different to you and I. We're all completely different. We may have similar genetics to people in our family, but we're still different copies of that form. You know, it kind of sprints off and you make your own DNA, and it's very complex. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to try and explain it. Anyway, we're all very different. And if you blame your personality or where you live or your currency or something like that, that's the worst thing you can do, because that one will motivate you to change who you are. Now, unless you're destined to make more money, unless you really want to do all that effort, if your idea of making a lot of money is your dream, do that. But don't do it because you think it's going to get you, you know, women and shit like that. People make the joke, Bill Gates, when he was younger, he started up Microsoft, you know, so he could get laid. I can't put the simile together, fuck it. But it just shits me. All you need to calm down. No more excuses. Deal with your situation, and if you got something, don't fuck it up. That's also important. These dudes and women too, let's not be sexist here, let's be fucking unbiased. Men and women who go into relationships and do not have the same intent as the other person. Firstly, you're a dick because you know that person's fully invested and you're not. You should just fuck off from the beginning. Secondly, you're a fucking coward, mate. I bet they get into these situations and then they're like, oh, I don't really want this. What do? I should have got out earlier. I didn't want it in the first place. And then they're stuck there, and the next thing you know, they're sticking their dick in something and pretending not to get caught and all this shit. Fucking stupid. You people are fucking retarded. Anyone who goes, oh, relationships, we need to talk about it for hours on end. We're humans. Just relate to humans like you relate to any other fucking human. That's what it is. The only difference is you relate to this particular person so well that you feel that life is just 100% better being with that person. That's all it is. If you're with someone, the sex is great, but everything else sucks, that's not your partner. You're gonna be with someone who you just fucking feel it. A lot of people, they're best friends with each other and don't even realise they're fucking perfect for each other. I've seen this shit where like two best friends sitting there talking, and they're talking about relationships and how it's fucking up and how shit's not working, and you're looking at both of them and you're like, fucking figure it out, you retarded dicks. You're perfect for each other. Look how well you fucking get along. That's all it is. Someone that you can live with, and then the extras, optional extras actually, some people don't do the sex. Anyway, I just get shitty with this stuff. I thought I'd express it. That was an episode of Mad as a Go. Let's do a freeze frame and we'll just do this one. I just chose one because I forgot to fix it. You don't fix it, no freeze frame, no cord of your choice. Everything just fucks up. There's like no point. Like, why even continue? You just turn it off. It's not even worth it.